Well, hey friends, we are back. It is day 4. I am so proud of you guys as you are walking through your devotional. Maybe you are reading this by yourself and you're watching these videos by yourselves, or maybe you are going through it as a family, as a children's ministry, maybe as grandparents, you are looking at it as well. Maybe this is something you're doing in the morning or at night, however it may be. I'm so glad that you are here walking through these first 30 days of this devotional together. So that way you're building a foundation to help you to continue forward on through day 60 and even into days up to day 90 and finish the devotional. So I would love to hear back from you, love to hear your feedback, what you're learning, what God is teaching you as you go through each day, even prayer requests that you may have. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you're going to want to subscribe so you will know every day when the videos are loaded onto my YouTube channel. So that is at Karis Snyder. By the way, if you have not subscribed to my website at Karis Snyder, CarisSnider.com, go ahead and do that, because when you subscribe to my website, you get freebies. And so who doesn't love freebies, right? So I want you to go ahead and do that. If you are just joining us, maybe you found this through searching, maybe you are struggling with some anxiety and you're wondering, how can I be a part of this and go through this? All you need is a copy of the devotional. The devotional is titled Anxiety Elephants for Tween Girls and Anxiety Elephants for Tween Boys. All right, so it's geared towards 8 to 12-year-olds, but we have a lot of 13 and 14-year-olds joining us as well. So we would love to have you here. You can find it on any of the major retailers. So we would love for you to be a part of this. So look for me on TikTok at Karis_Snyder, Instagram at Karis Snyder. And parents, if you're not on the Facebook group, reach out to me and I'd love to add you to that so you can be a part of the community together. So day 4, talking about journaling. I'm really excited about this one. And so I hope that you are too, and hope that you are open. Hope that you have an open mind, friends, about journaling. So let's read our scripture verse together. This is Isaiah 30, verse 8, and this is the NIV version. And it says, "Go now, write it on a tablet for them, inscribe it on a scroll, that for the days to come it may be an everlasting witness." So I love that God instructed in Isaiah to write it, to write it. We need to write things down. It's so important. I know in day 1, we talked about journaling, how journaling was going to be a part of your journey, and how important it has been for us that things have been written down over centuries. And we can take the Bible as a great example. It was these men of God, these prophets of God, who wrote the words that God gave them. Where would we be if, first of all, they were disobedient and they didn't write it? Second of all, if they would have just kept it all to themselves thousands of years ago? Where would you and I be without the Holy Bible? So it has been so helpful for us to have that. And we can also look back in history and see all these important things that have been written down. You can look in science and see scientific discoveries that have been made and were written down, the periodic table that has been written down, important formulas of how to make and create things. If those things are not written down, we wouldn't know. So writing, journaling, it's not just for girls. Sometimes maybe we have this idea it's only for girly girls who like to write in diaries and stick it under their pillows at night so no one can see it. And those are good things. If you do have a diary, maybe you have a fun journal, a fun notebook that's pretty and you like to write in, and that's great. But for me, when I first started writing and journaling, I used an old notebook that I found in a store. It was literally, I think, 50 cents. The front cover was black. I like neutral colors. I know I have pink on, but I love wearing neutrals, blacks, browns, grays, beige. I love those colors. And so I found a black notebook. And when I started journaling, what I would do is I would just write as fast as the thoughts were coming. I didn't worry about Sentence structure, I didn't worry about if I had a period in the right place or a comma or a question mark or were the words spelled correctly. I just wanted to get the thoughts out. And that's what journaling, that's what it's helping you to do, friends. When you write down these journaling pages right here, you are unclogging your brain because your brain is full of thoughts. You are getting bombarded with thousands upon thousands of thoughts a day. And so if you just try to hold on to it all, or if you're pushing it down and then you're pouring more into it, your brain can't think clearly. So think about that. When you're at school, do you find sometimes that you get dazed off and you're thinking about other things and you miss something important that the teacher says? Or maybe you're at church and the church leader, the pastor, or maybe your children's ministry leader is teaching about something and you can't think or you can't focus because your mind is full of so many things. So when you journal, what you're allowing your brain to do is have space so that it can think clearly, it can focus, you can listen and hear what is actually happening in this present moment. And so I wrote down 5 things that journaling is actually beneficial for you. And the first one is it does help you stay present. Remember, anxiety, those anxiety elephants want to take you to the future, wants you to worry or be afraid about things that may never happen. So when you're journaling, you're getting all that out so you can stay present in the right now moment. It also reduces stress. So it's a stress reliever. So if you're feeling that overwhelming stress, you can journal and write it out. It'll reduce your stress. It helps your immunity system. Do you know what your immunity system is? That is what keeps us healthy and not sick. So journaling can help you stay well. Can help you stay well. And so who doesn't want that, right? It boosts your mood. It means it can help you stay happy, where you're not maybe feeling kind of sluggish or feeling kind of yucky. It'll help your mood feel better. And it makes your memory sharp. So I know in school right now, you need to remember things, and that's not always fun, but that's just the reality of where you're at right now in your life. And so when you're journaling, you're opening up that space to allow your brain to remember more, to concentrate, to focus, to stay more alert in your class. So there are so many benefits to journaling. So that step, I want you to practice, okay? So maybe day 1, 2, and 3, you didn't really write anything down. So I want to challenge you, and I would love to hear from you and see how this goes. Practice letting the words out. And you can start with doodling. Just take your pen and you can just do this. You can just draw on the page. You can just, if you want to do like this, and you're drawing and drawing and drawing circles. You may start out with saying, Kara said I have to write. Kara said I need to put my thoughts out on page. Here are my thoughts that I have. My thoughts are I don't like journaling. My thoughts are journaling is not fun. My thoughts are what is going to go on today. What if my teacher calls on me today? What if I'm not ready or prepared? I have to remember that God is going to help me. I have to remember that He's with me and I'm not alone. I have to remember that Jesus said that I can come to Him. You see how, as I started just kind of doodling, I was pretending to doodle and then just kind of being whatever about it and just writing those negative thoughts. But then it moved. Then I began, as I practiced, and that takes practice. Remember, this is all practice. Then I moved into, but this is what Jesus says. So just practice that, okay? Even if it is, for you, journaling is writing down this scripture multiple times. Or maybe journaling for you is writing down how you feel about today, writing down prayer requests, writing down some of the thoughts that are in your head. They don't even have to go together. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to blend. It's just, maybe it's bullet points. Maybe it's drawing a picture of your house, drawing a picture of how you feel. All these things are journaling, okay? So I'm going to challenge you. That is your action step today. And then I want you to do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and see if it gets easier for you, okay? And it may be where you journal a little bit, then you journal a lot, and then you draw a picture, and then you journal a whole lot more. And what you may find is you need another notebook because you want to continue to journal and just get all those thoughts out, because you do feel that stress relief. You do feel your mood boosting and you're able to focus and think a lot more clearly on all the things you have going on with your life. So I'm excited about this one today to see how this helps you. I'm going to pray us out, read our prayer, and then we'll get ready for tomorrow, okay? Help me to try this new thing, God. Give me the freedom to let the words flow. And that's it. Ask Him to help you to let the words and thoughts flow. I'm so proud of you guys for giving this a try, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.